Please allow me to start by saying I'm very happy to be here in Torino, the city I'm discovering for the first time, and in Italy in general. I think one of the main reasons I was invited to talk here in the presence of such a vibrant and colorful, interesting group of people is the short statement I published in a European Culture Foundation publication, which I see many of you have. In this statement, I voiced concern about the true mutuality of cross-Mediterranean cultural projects or cultural cooperation. In fact, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to talk here so that I can share with you even more concerns about this kind of relationship, especially with the group of cultural managers and operators who are taking this course and who may be interested in expanding their work across the Mediterranean in the future. Europe, represented by the European Union, gives a lot of attention to the southern Mediterranean countries, which are mostly Arab countries, for obvious political and economic reasons. The EU, the European Union, has devised neighborhood policies, partnership agreements, and dialogue projects. And despite the goodwill expressed in the use of words like neighborhood, partnership, and dialogue, many of these efforts, especially in the cultural field, have done very little to achieve the pronounced aims of promoting understanding and respect between the peoples on both shores of the Mediterranean, and have not contributed at all, in my opinion, to the other political and economic goals, since the threat of terrorism remains imminent and the illegal migration from the south to the north rises with the sun every day, as we all know. Now, while I think that the claim that cultural cooperation can play a direct role in achieving political and economic goals is questionable, it may well be the case, although there are many doubts about it. I personally believe that the more humane aim of promoting understanding and respect among peoples is something that cultural cooperation can play a direct role in, can contribute to in a really meaningful way. And I should hope that you, women and men, working in culture agree with this assumption, especially in Italy, a country that has contributed so much to human thought and creativity over the years and continues to do so. However, beneath this very noble and benign assumption that cultural cooperation can play a role in promoting understanding and respect among peoples, lies a pack of possibly malignant issues. Issues that have until today hindered and crippled most cultural projects between government agencies, NGOs, and individuals on both sides of the Mediterranean. In my opinion, the most obvious and mundane of these issues is the very big disparity in the cultural infrastructure on both sides of the Mediterranean. Here in Europe, in Italy, and elsewhere in Europe, you have a multiplicity of art schools, academies, artistic venues like this one, cinemas, theaters, concert halls, opera houses, training centers, all kinds of solid infrastructure that supports the arts. You also have laws and legislation and norms and practices that encourage and allow freedom of expression, especially freedom of cultural expression, and encourage association and individual expression of cultural projects in music, in visual arts, in film, in every cultural field. You also have a financial and economic environment, even despite the huge financial crisis at present. you still have a good economic infrastructure that supports artistic production and distribution. You have this done centrally through the national governments, through national arts councils, through regional governments, municipalities, private foundations, individual donors. At all levels of the society, you have the kind of springboard that supports artistic production and distribution. You also have individuals like yourselves. You have qualified people, highly trained individuals and motivated individuals who can carry out cultural projects. Now, if we take a look at the other side of the Mediterranean, what do we see?